Hi. I wasn't going to talk about anything Kavanaugh today, but well, this was just too good to let go by. And it hasn't been talked about very much. I think Fox talked about it, but somebody said that they haven't seen it anywhere on MSNBC or CNN or anything. And that was a letter written by Chuck Grassley, and I assume probably is actually from the Judiciary Committee, to the law firm that represented Christine Ford, the Katz law firm. Those two evil people that were on either side of her, making sure that she didn't fall off her chair or black out or something. And with the letter, it says there's 3 questions that you have to answer. It wasn't really even terribly polite. It was about as stern and forceful as you would hope that somebody of Grassley's stature would write. First question is, when did the party happen, and how many were in the bedroom, and how many people are at the party? And you say, well, she already said she doesn't know any of that stuff. And I'm thinking that's the bloody point, is because if she can't finally, at this point, give answers to those questions, there is no case. There's no burden of proof. There's no nothing. Second one, he wants copies of the written and audio statements from her lie detector test. And you think that would be nice to have? I've heard that this examination was an hour and a half long. So wouldn't that be nice? And Grassley says right in the letter that the reason he's asking for this is because they received a letter, a sworn letter, statement letter, very, very important letter from one of Christine's old boyfriends. They seem to be popping out of the woodwork, stating that during their 7-year relationship, at one point, he witnessed her giving a coaching session to her best friend, he called her, to pass a lie detector test, because this other woman was going to be applying for a job at FBI or an agency like that. And Christine Ford says, oh, I'm a psychologist, so I can help you. And so she was telling her how to fudge it. And this friend said, so when I heard on the news at the hearing that she said she didn't know anything about lie detector tests, I felt like I needed to write this. And he included in the letter another juicy tidbit. It's kind of off topic, but that when they broke up, she had one of his credit cards and she charged $600 on it after they were broken up. And when he confronted her about it, she said, oh, I didn't do that. And he said, I will turn you into the fraud department if you don't admit it. And so she did. So she lied. So she's a big fat scumbag. And the third question Grassley asked, he wanted all of the audio and letters and information that she sent to various media people, because she sent something to one of the big newspapers. I want to say that she sent something, her psychologist report, to one of the big newspapers, but they didn't print it. Anyway, there's information out there that is public. Why in the world doesn't the Judiciary Committee have it? So he didn't mince any words, and he didn't actually give them a deadline, but he said now, and it was great. This whole thing is finally, we saw the fruits of the Democrats' labor in that Judge Kavanaugh was supposed to speak at a Harvard, like a seminar, and they canceled it. Harvard canceled it because I'm sure their little snowflake students would scream that he was going to run out and rape all of them. So that's just the beginning, and this man has to clear his name. This can't just be a matter of, 49 to 51. This has to be a better, if it's not an actual blowing up of this whole fiasco in the Democrats' face, he will not get his reputation back. And it's just a crime, an absolute crime. I'm hearing some good numbers about what this is doing to the Republicans across the country as far as they're, volunteering to work the election. They're really, really coming out there. And so this is a good thing. It can have some good benefits. But there's also Democrats that are turning away saying this is This is this was the straw that broke the camel's back, because I cannot watch these dirty, smarmy tricks that they're doing to ruin a man's life. Brandon Struck from Walkaway spoke today on a show, and he said that the Walkaway campaign, since this started, has just been flooded with people walking away from the Democratic Party. So that's really exciting. So just a little quick thing, something for you to think about. We'll all anxiously await Friday, when they're supposed to have, Wednesday, today, they were supposed to have their investigation wound up, they thought, and Friday is when they're supposed to be able to finish up, like making it into a report. So we'll see what happens. Thank you. Bye-bye.